What's going on, everybody? Back with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about the cost of following your dreams. This one really hits hard for me because as of now, it feels as if my dreams are dead. And that's painful. And that's a part of the cost of following your dreams. If you follow your dreams and you end up broke and they don't work out and they fail miserably, then you're kind of left with a lot of emptiness and sadness, when nobody's watching, when nobody cares, you're not getting paid. It's just depressing, My dream, I had a lot of dreams. Oh, I just found my mic. But I'm just gonna leave this no mic and try to talk loud. But my dream was to be a professional juggler. I've wanted that for a long time. And along the way, I had the opportunity to do that, but it kind of blew up in my face, and I made some bad decisions along the way, and ultimately it just didn't fit, it wasn't a good fit for me, and I didn't end it in the best way, but now here we are. And outside of that, I've always wanted to do things my own way and have my own show and all of that. And I've thought of doing a one-man show, and I've done that before, but I don't really have it polished. And it's like I can't get past the fear of actually doing it, because really, especially when you're doing it on the street, it's hard to gather a crowd, and really nobody really cares. And a lot of people don't care about juggling, and they're not interested in juggling, and it's hard to draw a crowd with that. And then also there's a lot of people out there who are way better than me, who have been doing it way longer, who have better resources, better people skills, better juggling skills, better coordination. They started at a younger age, they had a mentor, they have this, they have that. Whatever it is that I don't have, they have it, and they're successful, and I'm not, and good for them, they earned it, and they worked hard for it, and they were able to persevere through it. And in life, I feel like a lot of it's about timing and being around the right people at the right age to learn the skill young, so you can be, on top of the world. I didn't start juggling and really seriously until I was like 19, 20, and I'm 30 now. And over the last 10 years, more or less, I've trained pretty hard. I've taken some years off, and over this past year, I haven't really put much effort into it, just because it just feels hopeless, Even if I want to be one of the best, I got a lot of catching up to do. I probably have a solid 10 years of grinding to get close to the level I want. And my body is going to work against me over time, And another part of my dream was to live and travel in a van. And, I'm doing that now. And it's been pretty cool, but it's also been pretty eye-opening, and it's been really challenging, just trying to find a place to park and sleep without getting kicked out, having a shower, finding a bathroom on a consistent basis, having to deal with rearranging everything because you don't have enough space in your van for everything, and dealing with emotional burnout and just burnout in general and not really caring anymore. And the biggest issue of this has been having to find a way to make money along the way. And I've struggled with that a lot. And it's not really so fun to travel in a van when you don't have an income and when you don't have money. It turns a fun adventure into a desperate survival situation. And you can't really enjoy the benefits of traveling, you know? To me now, a sunset doesn't do anything for me. Going for a hike and seeing the views, it pretty much does nothing for me. I have no joy in that anymore, simply because I'm so down bad and so worried about gas and making it to the next day to fucking eat and have money to live, you know? And it's really challenging to enjoy anything when you're in that mode. And I realize you can have a better frame of mind about it, and I want to have a better frame of mind and be more positive about it. It's just day to day it's really challenging, and I've faced a lot of difficulties along the way and a lot of people that have just brought me down, that I've allowed to bring me down. It's very hard. I struggle with criticism, and I struggle with the naysayers and the people judging me, and you know, just the overall mentality, you know, even being a YouTuber or doing things that are outside the norm of street performing. I feel like just the mentality of the people who say, oh, just get a real job, you know, the people like that, it's like that's who really brings me down. And when I was doing stoplight juggling, the guy who fucking pulled his car all the way up to me and started honking, it's like, get out of the fucking road, and just being an asshole about it, you know, that really gets me down. Or the cop who told me to leave because you can't juggle in the road and entertain people, and you're not allowed to make money here, and you're not allowed to do this, and you're not allowed to do that, and all the circuses that don't want to hire me because I'm not good enough, and for this or that, you know. And it's like, when you look ahead and see everything you have to do to get close to trying to be a professional performer, it's pretty daunting and just pretty much a letdown. And I realize I'm not doing the most I can do, right, to increase the odds of that. But it's just, when you have this sort of hopeless feeling about life, you don't really care. And it's my own fault, you know? And a lot of it just has to do with luck and knowing the right people, and, you know, I don't know, just all of that, man. And so, yeah, it just feels like, for the most part, my dreams are dead. And that's a tough thing to sit with. And it's both my own fault, but also just how it is. Not everybody makes it. Not everybody can be a professional juggler. Not everybody can be a YouTuber and make money and get millions of views. Most people don't. Most people never will. Like, this video probably won't get any views, because who really cares? Who really wants to just hear what I have to say? Who really gives a fuck about me? Or, you know? And it's cool. It's like I don't have any juicy entertainment to offer. I'm just kind of expressing myself. And I'm a very different kind of person, and I feel like I don't fit the mold of society, and, you know, just don't have what people want to see. And, you know, that's okay. At the end of the day, I have what I want to see, and I like my thoughts, and I like what I have to say, and so I'm gonna put it out there. And at the very least, at least it's something that I have and I can look back on for me. you know? And it would be cool to inspire some people along the way, or maybe some other people whose dreams have died, you know? And I want to see that as more of like, okay, well, if it really is dead, then what can I do next? You know, what else can I do in my life that I'm passionate about and I can make money from, you know? Or at least find some kind of job that I can tolerate. And so I guess that's kind of what this journey is about. It's kind of just rediscovering myself outside of the lens of juggling, and you know, and I'm not completely giving up, you know. I still want a circus show. I still want to work with other people and have our own show together, you know. It's just right now I don't have that, and I don't have anybody who wants to do that with me. And I also am not even working toward that actively. It's more of just a thought. And, you know, I have written some things down, and I've written ideas for shows, and I have ideas for kinds of acts I want. You know, I'd love to have an acrobat or a unicyclist or an aerial artist or a hoop performer, of course a juggler, and me, a ringmaster, you know, clowns. I would still love to have that and love to be a part of that. It's just right now, it's just not, I don't have that. And as the days go by, it's when I get further and further away from that, you know? Every day I get older is one less day I have of my energy. And the older I get, the harder it's going to be a juggler. And I have to accept that at a certain point in time. So yeah, anyways, that's the part of following your dreams that kind of sucks. When you follow your dreams and they don't work. And then you're left empty, broken, and down bad. And that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully one day I won't be. Hopefully I can slowly rebuild my life and make better decisions, because a lot of it is my own fault for making bad decisions. But hopefully I can make better decisions from here on out and have the motivation and the discipline to slowly work toward what I want in life and get close. Maybe I won't get exactly everything, but maybe I can get better. Hopefully I can get to a time where actually I want to wake up and I actually want to live life and be a part of it. But as it stands now, I'm not really there. I really don't want to be a part of this. I don't know if I ever will want to be a part of this. It's a rigged game for the most part. I feel like it's unfair. And that's what I'm up against. You know, it's a competitive world. Business is like war. I feel like you have to constantly be on, and you have to work at it every single day, and every day you take off is another day that your competition is working. And so that's just really how it is, and that's capitalism, and that's what you have to do and what you have to be a part of. Survival of the fittest, and I'm not the fittest. You know, I can work to get there, and hopefully I will, but that's just a brutal reality, sadly. And I'm gonna keep making videos. I'd like to make some more like entertaining comment, a little more lighthearted stuff. Maybe do like some game shows, or I don't know, some kind of challenge. I think that would be really fun. That's what I really like watching on YouTube, and I'd like to create more stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep leaning into this, and hopefully one day life will be better. So until then, peace.